In American Wild West lore, the name Doc Holliday emerges as a legendary figure. But behind every great man is a wonderful woman, and that person is Big Nose Kate. Kate finds herself drawn to the excitement and adventure of the Wild West. It was there that she met Holliday, and the two quickly became inseparable. Together, they cross lawless borders, facing danger and difficulty at every turn. But even as Kate proves herself to be tough, independent and fearless, her legacy is often overshadowed by celebrity companion. In this video, we'll explore the life of Big Nose Kate and shed light on the extraordinary woman who stood by Doc Holliday until the very end. Mary Katherine Haroney, later known as Kate Big Nose, was born on November 7, 1850 in Hungary. Her father was a physician appointed as the personal surgeon to Emperor Maximillian of Mexico in 1862. The Haroney family left Hungary and moved to Mexico after his appointment. However, in 1865, Maximilian's rule ended and the Haroney family was forced to flee the country. They eventually settled in Davenport, Iowa, where Kate would spend her adult years. Remember to hit the like button, because it helps us a lot. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the notification bell to not miss the upcoming interesting video. At the age of 14, tragedy struck Big Nose Kate, when her mother died on March 26, 1865. Just 2 months later, her father also died. Kate and the rest of the children were placed in foster care. In 1867, Kate was cared for by a man named Otto Smith. However, she did not stay with him for long. Kate boarded a steam train to St. Louis, Missouri without permission. The ship's captain, Fisher, discovered her, but instead of sending her back, he allowed her to stay in St. Louis. Kate took the name Fisher and enrolled in a convent school. Kate later married a dentist named Silas Melvin, and the couple had one child together. However, both husband and child died in the same year from yellow fever. By 1874, Kate had made her way to Wichita, Kansas. There she began working in a sports house run by Nellie Bessie Earp, wife of James Earp. While Kate claims that she did not meet Wyatt Earp until later in Fort Griffin, Texas, historical speculation suggests that she may have been romantically involved with him during her time in Wichita. It is known that Wyatt was also present in Wichita around this time, leading to many speculations about a potential relationship between the two. In 1875, she took the name Kate Elder, and went to Dodge City, Kansas, where she worked as a disco dancer. She then moved to Fort Griffin, Texas, where she met Doc Holliday at John Shanzy's saloon, where he was dealing cards. That's when Kate was given the nickname Big Nose. Despite working as a disco girl and prostitute, Kate is known for her tough, stubborn personality and shares a temperament with Doc. She doesn't belong to any man or family and claims the business because she likes it. Kate and Doc have spent years traveling together, visiting places like Kansas, Colorado, South Dakota and New Mexico. However, their relationship was often turbulent. Kate occasionally returned to work as a prostitute. During their stay at Fort Griffin in 1877, Doc was dealing cards with a local bully named Ed Bailey. Bailey is unimpressed with Doc's reputation and begins to annoy him by looking at discarded cards, which is against the rules of Western poker. This violation may result in the player losing the bet. Despite the fact that Doc Holliday warned Ed Bailey twice, he continued to violate the rules of Western poker by picking up discarded cards. This time, Doc raked in the pot without showing his hand, nor saying a word. Bailey immediately took the pistol from under the table. In self-defense, Doc quickly stabbed Bailey in the stomach with a knife, killing him. Although Doc did not flee the scene, he was arrested and held in a local hotel room because there was no prison in town. A vigilante group is formed with the intention of seeking revenge against Holliday, but Big Nose Kate has devised a plan to rescue him. She sets fire to an old warehouse, the fire quickly spreading and threatening to engulf the entire town. While the others were fighting the fire, Kate approached Holliday's guard officer with a pistol in each hand, disarming the guards and helping Holliday escape. After escaping, Doc Holliday and Kate arrived in Dodge City, Kansas the next morning on their stolen horse. They registered at Deacon Cox's Inn with the alias Dr. and Mrs. J.H. Holliday. Doc is grateful for Kate's help and decides to change his life. He gave up gambling and returned to practicing medicine. Kate also promised to give up prostitution and stop going to pubs. It was an important change for both of them, and together they began a new chapter in their lives. It's worth noting, however, that historical records detailing their time in Dodge City are somewhat scarce and controversial, so some of the specifics of the event are difficult to explain. Doc Holliday heads to Tombstone, Arizona, after learning that Wyatt Earp has gone there to start a new silver mining operation. However, he doesn't know that Kate is also heading in the same direction to the new boomtown. They ran into each other in Prescott, Arizona, where Doc had won $40,000 at the tables, and Kate was happy to be his companion. In the early summer of 1880, they both reached Tombstone, where Kate would eventually run a motel in the Globe, about 175 miles from Tombstone. However, whenever Kate visits Doc, she stays with him instead of at her motel. During Kate's visits, she and Doc often quarreled, most of which were not serious, except when Kate drank alcohol. Once her drunken state led to verbal and physical abuse, which had to be Doc Holliday throwing her out of his life in early 1881. On March 15, 1881, a group of 4 masked men killed the stage driver and a passenger while trying to hold a carriage near Contention. The Cowboys of Tombstone quickly seized the opportunity and accused Doc Holliday of being one of the ringleaders. The sheriff in charge of the investigation found Kate, who was still berating Doc for throwing her out while she was drunk. He gives her more whiskey and convinces her to sign an affidavit claiming that Doc was one of the masked passers-by who killed the stage operator. At the time, Earp was gathering witnesses who could verify Doc's whereabouts on the night in question. When Kate realized what she had done, she withdrew her testimony and the charges against Doc were dismissed. However, for Doc, this is the final push for Kate. He gave Kate some money and put her on the suburban stage. From 1882 until her death in 1887, Doc Holliday lived in Colorado, where Kate also seems to have stayed part of the time, as her brother owned property in Glenwood Springs. According to some reports, Doc may even have spent time with Kate and her family as her brother's home is so close to Sulphur Springs, which Holliday visited to try to help with his tuberculosis. Kate remained in Colorado until after Doc's death. After a tumultuous relationship with Doc Holliday, Kate married a blacksmith named George M. Cummings in 1888. They moved to Bisbee, Arizona, just a few miles from Tombstone. They also lived in Pierce, Arizona for a time. However, in 1889, Kate left her husband and moved to the small railroad town of Cochise, Arizona at the confluence of the Arizona East and South Pacific Railroads. In 1899, John J. Rath hired Kate to work at his Cochise hotel. However, it appears the position was short-lived as she left the Cochise hotel in the summer of 1900. Kate then moves in with a man named Howard, from the mining town of Dos Cabezas. It is unclear whether Kate and Howard were romantically involved or simply roommates. Kate continued to live with Howard until his death in 1930 and inherited his estate. In 1931, Kate sent a letter to the governor of Arizona, George W. P. Hunt, asking to be admitted to Pioneer Camp in Arizona. Although she was not eligible for admission as a foreign-born individual, Kate stated that she was born in Davenport, Iowa and was accepted. She resided at Pioneer's home until her death on November 2, 1940, just 5 days away from her 90th birthday. Kate was buried on November 6, 1940, at the Arizona Pioneer Home Cemetery in Prescott, Arizona. Big Nose Kate's life is an adventure, resilient and determined. From humble beginnings as a Hungarian immigrant to adventures in the Wild West alongside notorious outlaws like Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp, Kate defied society's expectations and forged a unique path for herself. As we reflect on the life of Big Nose Kate, we have been inspired to live with the same courage, passion, and determination as hers. Please like and share if you find the video content interesting and useful. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment below, so as not to miss the upcoming interesting videos. Thanks for watching.